Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So the season's ended and the loanees will be returning to Chelsea. I thought I'd do a quick video ranking the players and how they got on this season, from successes to failures and in between. So with the intro out of the way, let's just jump into it. So as you can see, I've got three categories: stocks rising, middle, and then stocks falling. And let's just jump into it. First of all, we've got Kepa. He played 35 games for Bournemouth last season. Started and for a mid-table side, and now getting linked to Arsenal. We give him a new deal and we sent him on loan, took them wages off the books, and it looks like we will be able to cash in for a good fee this window instead of letting him go on a free. So for this reason, his stocks have actually gone up, and because he went to a team in Premier League, he didn't use one of our international loan slots, so I think it was a good loan for him and for Chelsea. Next up we've got Eddie Beach. He went on loan to Crawley and he only made 2 appearances before returning in January, and for that reason he goes into the stocks have fallen. Next up we've got Armando Broja. Another injury-plagued season, sadly. In and out the side. He had a few games in the side, but he only made 11 appearances over the season. And for this reason, his stocks have gone down for me. Next up, we've got Luke Campbell. He went on loan to Hendon. He had a good first half of the season. He got recalled, and I think he was the thought of that was he would go on loan again or be sold. Neither of them happened. He stayed around, but his loan was a good one. He kept a lot of clean sheets, so for that reason, stocks have gone up. Next up, we've got Leo Castledine. He went on loan to Shrewsbury. He got himself 2 goals and played 26 times before he got an injury, and the second half of the season he was out. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in the middle. It was his first season out on loan, so for a first season, it was a half decent one. Hopefully, next season he doesn't get as many injuries. Next, we've got Trevoh Chalobah. Yes, he went to Crystal Palace on loan for the first half of the season, then we recalled him. And for the fact that he didn't really have a pre-season with us, he kind of got took out the squad. So everybody else went to America and he trained on his own, and then he went to Crystal Palace. He kicked on and did well. He got himself 3 goals for Crystal Palace, a good few clean sheets, got a little bond with Mark Gurhey, the Cobham graduates. So for that reason, his stocks have risen. Next, we've got Ben Chilwell, and he went on loan to Crystal Palace instead of Chalobah. He didn't get into our squad. He didn't do that well at Crystal Palace. He only made 11 appearances, 2 of which were the starts. Yes, he's got an FA Cup medal, I think, but he didn't play enough, and for that reason, his stocks have gone down. Next up, we've got Carney Chukwuemeka. He went on loan to Dortmund in January, and because he didn't play much at Chelsea, I'm going to put him into the middle. Not stocks up, not stocks down. Hopefully he plays in the Club World Cup for Dortmund and gets a few games. If Gittins does move, maybe he gets a chance of playing more minutes, but he only got 2 starts and 13 appearances for Dortmund in the season, and he sadly had another 2 injuries that kept him out the side, so he was only making cameo appearances and he only made 322 minutes. Next up is Ted Curd. He went on loan to Hampton and Richmond. He got 27 appearances. He got 10 clean sheets before he got recalled in January. And then he was training around the first team for European matches. He was playing in the development squad, and I think his stocks have risen. It was a good first loan move for him to get a taste of men's first team football and be around the first team at Chelsea as well and train around the first team. So for that reason, he's in the stock rises. Next up, we've got Disasi, and he made 10 appearances for Aston Villa since he went on loan in January, and 6 of them were starts. The game time wasn't really that great. You'd be looking at 15, 20, hopefully, and sadly it wasn't that in the case, and he didn't really play much. So for that reason, his stocks have dropped for me. Joao Felix, he went on loan again in January to AC Milan. He started off in the side and then he dropped to the bench, and AC Milan didn't get Europe and he didn't get himself nailed in the 11, and Milan looked like they don't want to buy him. So I've put him in the middle. Stock's not risen, stock's not dropped, but it could easily be in the drop because I think it would be difficult to sell him after we bought him for 40 million in the summer. I don't think his stocks have risen since he went on loan, but he's still a player that would be in demand, so I'm going to put him in the middle. So we've got Datro Fofana, and he went on loan into Turkey. He used one of our international loan slots, um, and he only made 9 appearances, 3 of which were starts. He sadly picked up a knee injury in December and had to have surgery and got recalled. But for him to use another international loan slot and only make 3 starts and 9 appearances before being recalled, I think his stocks have dropped again, and it's going to be hard for us to make anything what we bought him for. So for that reason, his stocks have dropped. Next, we've got Alfie Gilchrist, and if you asked me in January to do this list, he'd be stocks risen, but sadly they signed a few players, one being Rob Holding from Crystal Palace in January, Sheffield United, and for the push for the promotion, and Gilchrist lost his slot in the side and even in the 11. He did pick up an injury which kept him out for a few weeks, but he didn't get himself back into the team, and they sadly lost in the playoff final, so he didn't even get promoted. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in the middle. I think he's done himself well. He did really well this season, but the second half of the season he didn't play. For that reason, I'm going to put him in the middle, but I think there'll be a lot of clubs that will be sniffing around Alfie Gilchrist this summer, so he could have easily been in the stocks risen. Next, we've got Bashir Humphreys, and he is in the stock rises. He went on loan to Burnley. They've got promoted as champions. He made 28 appearances, played 28 times for them. His second half of the season, he wasn't in the side as much because he picked up a bit of an injury at the back end of the season, but they got promoted. But they kept 15 clean sheets with him in the side, and they've bought him on a permanent for a good fee. And so I wish him all the best. And he played actually on the left back position, which is not something that I've seen him play much in the academy, because he's more of a centre back, right centre back. But he went over to the left back and did himself proud. Next, we've got Alex Matos, and he went on loan to Oxford. He was a bit of a impact sub for the first half of the season, and he was coming off the bench. He only started 10 games out of 21. That was his season. He wasn't nailed in the side, and when he was starting, he was coming off at the 65th minute. He was picking up a few yellow cards, and he got brought off early quite a lot of the time. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in the middle. Next up, we've got Jimmy J. Morgan. He went on loan to Gillingham. He got himself 21 appearances since January move, 10 of which were starts. He got himself his first senior goal, and because it was his first ever loan in senior football, I'm going to put him in the middle. It wasn't a breakout, it wasn't a drop. Next, we've got Petrovic. He went on loan to Strasbourg. He had a very good season, started 31 times, didn't play in the cup matches, but he helped them get into Europe, 10 clean sheets, and very good on the stats of passing out from the back. So his stocks have definitely risen. I think if Chelsea don't buy a goalkeeper, he could easily push himself into #1 slot, or they could actually sell him and make a good profit on him. So for that reason, his stocks have risen. Next, we've got Andrey Santos, who also went to Strasbourg. He made 34 starts for them, became club captain. He got himself 11 goals and 5 assists, and it was a really good season. He was one of the key players, if not the key player for Strasbourg this season. Voted in the nominees for Young Player of the Season in the Ligue 1. So it was a really good season, and hopefully he comes into Chelsea's squad next season. So for that reason, his stocks have risen. Next up, we've got Teddy Sharman-Lowe, who went on loan to Doncaster. He played 41 times for them. He kept 15 clean sheets, and he helped them get promoted as League One champions. He's now in the England under-21 squad for the The Euros, his stocks have definitely risen. It's a no-brainer. He's probably been one of the standout players of our loan army this season. Next, we've got Gaga Salina. Sadly, another season where he didn't kick on. He went to Barnsley on loan and he got 14 appearances, but he picked up a finger injury in November, and then got recalled in January, and then he's not played for the development squad. I've not seen him around the first team, so for that reason, it's a stocks low. Next up, we've got Raheem Sterling, and he's another one that stocks have dropped. He went on loan to Arsenal. He got 28 appearances, but only 13 of them were starts, and a lot of them starts was in the League Cup and the FA Cup, and then Champions League when we already progressed in the group stages. So his minutes wasn't the best. He got himself 1 goal and 5 assists, which is okay, but for a price, I think it's going to be even more difficult with the wages that he's got to sell him on. For that reason, he's in the stocks dropped. Next up is Zach Sturge. He went on loan to Millwall in January. And it wasn't looking like it was a good loan until the last 6 or 7 games, and then he got himself into the side, and he actually did really well, and he would have been on a stocks dropped list, but the last few games he did really well and got some man of the match awards, and so for that reason, he goes into the middle. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with him in the summer. I think with his contract expiring this summer, I think it'll be a case of him leaving, but I wish him all the best. Next, we've got Ronnie Stutter, who went on his first loan deal. He went on loan to Burton, and I think he only made 1 appearance as a sub and made 18 minutes. It was plagued by injuries, and then got recalled in January, and then he started playing for the development squad. So I know it was his first loan, and it's harsh to say stock dropped, but it wasn't the best of loans, and for that reason, I'm going to put it in that category. Next, we've got Lesley, and if I did this list again in January, he would have been on stocks dropped. He wasn't playing, but they had a manager change, and he actually became a locked into the 11. Yes, they got relegated, but he had a season of playing Premier League football. He got 30 appearances for them, nearly 2,000 minutes, and got himself a goal and 2 assists. So for that reason, he's going to be in the stocks raising. I think there's going to be a good opportunity for us to potentially sell. I think with us buying Asujo and we've got Andrey Santos coming back, I think we're pretty stacked in midfield. That I think it's either time for him to go out on loan and play for a bigger side in the Premier League, or we cut ties and he moves on. But for that reason, I think I think we'll get a good fee for him. Next, we've got Renato Veiga, who also went out on loan in January. Started playing centre back for Juventus. He got a few injuries, but he had a very good season for them. He played 14 times for them, 13 starts. Played in the Champions League. Potentially could play in the Club World Cup if they sign him in the next couple of days. And he kept himself a good couple of clean sheets with them, 4 I think it was. And for that reason, I'm going to put him in the stocks risen. I think if a team wants a strong centre back, he's giving himself the opportunity where teams might come in and take him for the price that we paid. I think we'll get a bit of a profit on him. So for that reason, he's on stocks risen. Next, we've got Washington. He went on loan in February after he played for Brazil. He's not had the best of loans so far. He's only made 1 start and 13 off the bench. He's using up one of our international loan slots, and with them having Neymar, I'm hoping that either we recall him and we think about a loan where he's not taking up one of our international slots, or he goes to a team that hopefully he starts every week, because I don't like using an international loan slot on a player that's not starting every week. And right now, I'm going to put him on stocks dropping. Hopefully, the rest of the Brazilian season, because it's not over and his loan's not over. He's the one that's still out on loan. Hopefully, he gets some game time now, and this stocks dropped will rise, and he progresses. Next, we've got Caleb Wiley. He went on loan to Strasbourg for the first half of the season. Started 3, came on the bench 3, got a goal and assist, picked up a knee injury and was out for a couple of months, got recalled in January, then went on loan to Watford, got 10 starts for Watford and did well for Watford. He's somebody that they want to take on loan again, and it was a championship loan. So his stocks, it's a hard one, and he put him in the middle just because of his first half of the season. But if it was about the second half of the season, it'll be stocks risen. But because of the first half of the season and having 3 or 4 months out injured with a knee injury, I'll put him in the middle. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with him next season. But I think championship teams will be looking at him, and I'm intrigued to see what happens next season. Next up, we've got Dylan Williams, and he's in the middle. He didn't have the best of seasons. He did get 31 appearances and 21 starts, but he found himself out the side for quite a lot of the while. And then the back end of the season, actually, he started to push himself into the team and make himself a regular. He started playing in midfield. He actually got himself a goal and an assist, and he's now moved on a permanent deal to Burton Albion. And I wish him all the best. I think it's a good move for him, and I wish him, yeah, all the best. And last of all, we've got Max Merrick. I missed him in my list, so I'm coming back to this one. He went on to Hampton and Richmond after Ted Kerr got recalled in January. He did all right. He didn't do as good as Kerr. Kerr got 10 clean sheets in the first half of the season. Merrick got 4 in the second half, but he got 19 appearances. His first taste of senior football, and I think it was a stock risen loan. It wasn't amazing, but it was a good one for his first season. Um, so there we have it. There's my loan army rankings. Let me know if in the comment section if I've got any of them wrong. I'm happy to listen to your opinions. I'm going to quickly show you the stats on all these loan armies, so you can quickly have a look at how many appearances, how many starts they've got, how many goals, how many assists. I track these kind of things, so I think it'd be worthwhile just putting it in this video, and you can have a quick look at how these players got on and make a judgment for yourself from the numbers that you see. So here we have all the loan army minutes. Feel free to pause and have a look at them in detail and have a look who got on and how many minutes they got. But I'll move on to the next part. Next, we've got the loan army stats: the goals, the assists, the defender clean sheets, the goalkeeper clean sheets. As you can see, the goalkeeper clean sheets was pretty high. We had a lot of goalkeepers keeping quite a lot of clean sheets. The goals wasn't that much, and the assists, but we didn't have many attacking players or strikers playing regularly. Broja didn't play as much as we'd hoped, but we had Sharman-Lowe and Humphreys getting promoted, and Sharman-Lowe winning the League Two. But yeah, so there we have it, the Loan Army ranking video. A lot of information. I hope you got a lot out of it. A lot of hard work goes over the season, keeping tabs of all these players. I know a lot of people don't like doing it. It's something that I've done for many years, so it's kind of second nature to me to keep tabs on these players. And I'm sure somebody will be watching this thinking, thank you for this. You've at least given me a bit of information, and I hope that's all I can do. Just give you the information that you know how these players are getting on, because a lot of people haven't got the time to keep tabs, and I do. So here you have it. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, and if you enjoyed it even more, just hit subscribe, because the channel's going to keep growing. I'm going to keep getting better and better, and hopefully you'll keep getting some good information that you enjoy and take away from this, knowing a bit more.